Greg Kerr, Tiffany Murphy, thanks for joining us on this chilly Friday night football. You know, this really is the place to be. It's one of the most revered and respected rivalries in the entire Lone Star State.
Good evening to you. The time is 7:29. I'm Tiffany Murphy. Thanks for joining along tonight. We are about to go live to a news conference to update the explosions and fire at the TPC plant in Port Neches. We're not sure what is in the air right now. As we're looking, there is dark black smoke that continues ever since that second explosion that happened this afternoon just before 1:50. Keeping an eye on the roads around Jefferson County tonight. At this hour, we know that Highway 73 in Jefferson County between Highway 69 and Winnie is still holding water. Highway 105 is closed at Tram Road due to high water as well, and Highway 90 still has water in multiple locations. Some of it is passable. Local emergency management agencies, though, asking you, please don't call 911 unless it is an emergency. Of course, you can check on the latest road closures. All you have to do is go to this website on your screen, drivetexas.org. The city of Beaumont opening up the Civic Center in downtown Beaumont to house evacuees and those rescued from homes, but the numbers became so overwhelming, the city was forced to go to Plan B. It is 8 o'clock. They are just wrapping up at the Holiday Inn where the Emergency Operations Center has been located tonight. We heard from TPC officials along with Jefferson County Judge Jeff Brannick. We do know tonight there is still an imminent danger at this plant as firefighters and first responders are now working in a defensive position. As night has fallen, that makes this fire even more difficult to fight. They said it is a complex fire and it has been incredibly difficult. We saw video earlier today of that second explosion that happened around 1:50 this afternoon of that tower kind of catapulting as you see there. And so Judge Jeff Brannick saying that other towers could do the same thing, that this scene could happen again, and that is why he hopes he is wrong, but that is why he, along with other first responders and county officials, advising that 4-mile radius evacuation. Federal regulations require every company to know what is inside those tanks. Just after 2 this afternoon, I spoke with the production manager with TPC and the public information officer for Jefferson County, and they tell me they started compiling that data last night after I asked again. I wanted to know, again, what specifically is on every single one of those tanks on their property. You might recall previously at news conferences, the media was told TPC wasn't sure because power went out to the plant after the first explosion just before 1 o'clock Wednesday morning. So that we're clear, each petrochemical company by law is required to have process data and records, up-to-the-minute information about the chemicals that are stored on their facility. That information is electronic, so even if power lost, like it was here, the company should know the last measurements before the first explosion occurred. Here's the cool thing. This entire event is put on completely by volunteers with the Junior League, and the money raised stays right here in Southeast Texas. After a series of scandals, Facebook under fire again over newly released documents that show an apparent pattern of exploiting minors for their parents' money. More than 100 pages of documents, part of a 2012 lawsuit, are being released now. The suit shows Facebook was aware children spent large sums of money on game apps without parental consent, and says the social media giant made it pretty difficult for parents to get that cash back. We are just learning the Beaumont Independent School District will not be resuming classes until next Thursday, and at Beaumont United and Phil Price, it'll be even longer. Repair and restoration from flood damage is delaying the opening at those 2 campuses. You know what I call what you just did? That's called flipping the script, taking a negative into a positive. Not going to be a gully washer.
That's what I do.
We like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to rub off hopefully on me. We'll be back at 6, friends. See you then. Guys and gals hoping to impress their significant other will add $20.7 billion to the economy. The National Retail Federation says that's more than ever before. The top gifts on Valentine's Day: candy, cards, an evening out, flowers, and jewelry.
Did you ever see the movie Love Guru with Mike Myers several years ago? Oh, it was brutal.
I don't think I did.
The worst film in the history of the world.
Why are we bringing it up? I've seen Love Actually, Beauty and the Beast. I mean, you could bring up so many great love stories.
True. Romeo and Juliet.
That one ended in death.